My worthy one, I changed the background. I turned the camera around because I received a feedback that the kitchen view wasn't very nice. Let me know in the comments below if you like this better than before. I'm not sure if I do, but let me know, please, in the comments below. So the topic for today is authenticity. It's a big, very complex topic, but we'll try to simplify it. So let's define what is authenticity, what is being authentic. Being authentic is something of an undisputed origin, something that is genuine, something that is true. That's where it gets confusing. So I'll give you an example. A guy is an asshole. He genuinely hates people, so he walks around being an asshole to everyone, and he says, well, you're teaching me to be authentic. I am authentic. I am an asshole. I acknowledge that I'm being authentic and I act on that, right? Or another extreme example, an angry teenager picks up a shotgun, walks into his school and kills his classmates who bullied him. He hated those classmates. So the only way he could feel better is by killing them. Now, he was authentic to his anger, but not to who he really was, and not what was underneath the anger, because anger is only a cover-up emotion. It's a defense mechanism that on top of something much deeper seated. In his case, it was complete powerlessness, tremendous suffering and complete powerlessness to the degree that he had to kill. So this is an unhealthy way. That is why I mentioned that, but we're not gonna take this into consideration. That is why I love the definition of my super smart friend Desmond, the definition of authenticity and how to be authentic. How to be authentic is to be true to oneself in a kind and healthy way. So luckily, you and I are basically healthy. We're not super healthy, but we are basically healthy. We do not walk around and kill people. So we're going to talk about how to become more authentic in our case scenario. So what is authenticity? I look at authenticity as a pearl, is this treasure that's inside of all of us. And sometimes it gets covered by layers. In those severe cases, trauma is something that was covered up and did not let the light come through, right? When people are authentic, we are drawn to them. For example, take your favorite YouTubers. Go back a few years back and watch their first videos. Now, most of them deleted those videos because when they became famous, because they were looking at it and thinking, oh, it's just so silly, I can't let people see this. Because when you turn the camera on, you become very self-conscious. The whole world is looking at me. Do I look all right? Is my hair looking nice? Am I saying right things? English is my second language and I'm making so many mistakes, but okay, I'll get better. All these things are running through your head. This is my fourth video, by the way. And so you don't know how to relax. And then as the time goes by, you obtain confidence because it becomes a routine and you know what you're doing, and so it becomes easier and easier, and you relax and you become just sitting. You feel yourself, your body, and you just convey genuinely what you want to convey, and so more and more people are drawn to you. Or you take your favorite actor, or just an actor, let's say, who is very good looking, but you're looking at him and you're thinking, something is off. I can't exactly put my finger on it, but something is off. Yes, because that actor is not being in his role. he's thinking of his next line, of he's thinking if this side is better than his other side, and if the camera is looking that way. It's not his business to think that. It's cameraman and the director, but there are actors who do that. I did that. I know what I'm talking about. Or, oh my gosh, am I being good? Is the director liking it? So and audience, they don't know that what's going on, but they feel that something is off. That's when the actor is not being a good actor. And on the contrary, take a great actor and you're in a great scene, great energy. Why is this? Because they're being completely 100% in that present moment, in those imaginary circumstances. So, and then when you're in theater and you look around and everybody is doing this, their head is pulled out and they're being drawn to the screen. In that moment, everybody forget about their life stories and they're being transferred to that world on the screen. That's because that actor has been authentic to that story, to those circumstances, to his character. He becomes one. He becomes that character. He's not playing. He's not acting. He's being that character, being that person. And the same thing with music, with art. Whenever we sing something, we can feel that it's just pure piece of consciousness, pure love. That's why we say, oh, it just came from God, right? Because it's something that's feels so right. That's what consciousness is for me and for many other people. So how to be, what do you say, consciousness, authenticity. That's what being authentic is. So how to be authentic? Number one, start being aware of your feelings and start noticing when you are being inauthentic with yourself. Start asking questions like, do I even like this dress? Or am I wearing it because I've had it in my closet for 5 years and I paid money for it and I feel sorry to throw it away, so I'm just gonna wear it. I don't even like it, but I have it, so I might as well wear it, right? So it's the scarcity mentality. Or did you smile at someone that you really, really dislike, that hurt you in the past? Or did you eat the food that you enjoy? Or you ate it because someone said it's good for you, but you don't really enjoy it. Well, there are other healthy foods that you might explore. Did you know that? Do you like your spouse? A lot of couples stay together because they want to go through the divorce procedures. And so they are withdrawing things, and then they're feeling unhappy and they can't quite understand why they're being unhappy because they're just not being themselves. They're not being true to themselves. So start noticing when you are being inauthentic with yourself. In a workplace, you might dislike your co-worker or your boss and don't do anything. Don't go and say, I hate you. No, don't do anything, but just start noticing that feeling. Identifying that feeling, and it's easy to identify because it's usually a feeling of unease and heaviness. It feels uncomfortable inside, and just hold space for that feeling. That's number one. Number two, I think it's the hardest. Be brave to admit to yourself your insecurities and bad character traits, your bad character traits. For example, I'll give you an example. Years ago, I was working in this Russian club singing, and there was this girl who bothered me so much all the time. Every time I was in her presence, and when I was not in her presence, I was in bed thinking about her and I would always find something negative to say to myself about her and to this other girl. But luckily this other girl was very smart, and we were able to, one day it's like, okay, let's just figure it out. Why? Like, was it this poor girl? She doesn't even know us, but here we are, well, going crazy about her and trying to put her down in some way or another. So, and of course, underneath was feeling of envy. I felt envious towards that girl. She was older than me and she looked better than me. She looked so polished all the time, and I couldn't look that way. Even I tried, I couldn't look. She just had this magic. Some people are very well put together. She had kids and she was more fit than me. She was working all the time. She was making more money. Everybody loved her. I was envious because I wanted those things. What is envy in general? Envy is when you want something that you don't have. Jealousy is when you have something you're afraid to lose. So I didn't have what she had, and so I was criticizing her head when I was able to relax and admit to myself that I was envious towards her. I said to myself, okay, now what do I do? How do I deal with this? It's my feeling of not being good enough. It's the feeling of insecurity that needs to be healed. What did I do? I went and bought Louboutins for $1,200 that she had, exactly the same shoes, and I almost never wore them because those shoes, I couldn't even stand on them. The heels were so huge, they hurt my feet so much that I couldn't even sing. They suppressed me. I felt those shoes were inauthentic to me. So I lost $1,200 and now they're standing in my closet. Please, someone buy it for me. I will give you for half a price. Yes, half a price. So yes, because we're so attached to our being good, we're our best advocates. Like, I can't be bad. I'm good. If that other person is bad. No. What if you're bad? What happens if you're bad? So, but when you are able to acknowledge that, like I did, I'm envious of this girl, it's a great relief in there. And you're being authentic to myself. And of course, underneath that feeling of envy, there was this belief that I'm not good enough. She is, and I'm not. And that's what needs to be worked on, right? So once you identify it, once you are aware of where you act and feel inauthentic to yourself, in other words, where your inner self is not incongruent with the outside, with your outside actions. It brings us to number 3. I want you to start implementing new behaviors. Start experimenting. So next time when someone asks you, how are you? And if you're feeling really sad because you just broke up with your boyfriend or girlfriend, you're gonna say, sucks. I feel sad. And just see what happens. People ask this question, how are you? This very American thing. In Russia, nobody asks, how are you? And if they do, they actually mean it. So what's best? You tell me, write in the comments below. Would you rather ask someone if you really don't care how he or she is, but you just do it because you're used to, or start asking if you really care? Otherwise, just say hello. Here I am, Russian, teaching what to do in America. No, it's just a philosophy, right? Like, what's more genuine? In case of Russians, actually are more genuine because they actually hate you. They can say that to your face. Now they have other problems that need to deal with, but we'll discuss this in the other video. Or in this case, I went downstairs this morning to the cafeteria and this girl, I feel always upset there because she eats behind the counter and she sees me standing and waiting for her. She knows it, but she keeps eating until she finishes the entire plate and then she comes to talk. So I have to wait for her. I'm the customer and I have to wait for her. Well, I've been in restaurant industry for so long. That's not the way you treat your customer, right? So my anger gets activated and I was like, I'm just gonna tell her everything I think about her. And she's simply rude. Besides that, she's just never personable. After she finished eating her plate, she came up to me and she said, what do you need? Just like that, without saying hello, like, what do you need? She asked me. Like, what is this, right? Well, You might say she's being genuine. Well, she's just being impolite. It's inappropriate. There are certain structures in the world, and it's just inappropriate, right? To be in a service industry and behave a certain way. So she's gonna lose her job very often, very, very soon. So as I'm standing there and I'm thinking, oh, I am going to tell her what I think about her. And so I don't, because I am the one who is afraid of confrontations. Actually, for me personally, in this moment, would be better to go ahead and have a confrontation with her. Like in my case, for people who is afraid and who are chicken to confront someone, the next level would be for them to for me to have a confrontation with people. That would be the next step of growth. But of course, if we can surpass that and go even deeper and again, identify what I really feel. And what I really feel is I'm being completely disrespected. So if I can tell her with kindness, I feel unwelcomed. I really like this cafe and I really love the coffee that you make for me, but I just feel unwelcomed. I don't feel good. I feel sad. I feel frustrated every time I come here. I feel like you don't like me. Can we fix this? Is there something I can do in order to fix this? Because I genuinely want to have a nice experience. Start doing these things and see where it takes you. Identify your true desires and true wants because they matter big time. Your desires matter big time. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to new channel. Comment below. I have a free copy of a practical guide on how to love yourself underneath in the description. You will see the link there. And comment. It will boost my video so much. It boosts the ranking. Thank you. Wish I could walk around with my